Welcome to my table. I'm so excited that you have decided to join me. Listen, I've started, I've stopped, I've done a lot of different things, but listen, I am back and I am back in series form. This month, we're going to introduce a series called Thirsty Girls, and I really mean exactly what I'm saying. Thirsty. Have you ever met any girl that looks a little thirsty, looks a little needy? We're going to talk about her this week and we're going to give her some help. So I'm glad that you're here. Listen, what I need you to do is like, subscribe, follow, hit the bell, do everything you need to do to be connected to my page. You know who this is. This is Lady Doctor, and you are welcome to a seat at my table. Welcome to the series at my table. Today we're going to talk about thirsty girls. Thirsty girls. Come on, girls, gather up, get you a seat. Gentlemen, stop by and let's talk about thirsty girls. When you think about the term thirsty, you know, as a slang, it means someone who is desperate for attention. Desperate for attention, validation, and more commonly is used as a term for people who are desperate for romantic or sexual attention, often perceived as overly eager and needy. So that's a bad word, okay? So when we talk about thirsty girls and you look at a young lady that goes by, you hear people often say she looks kind of thirsty. I want to talk about that today. I want to talk to the ladies, about the ladies, with the ladies, and I want to talk from different perspectives. So let's talk about thirsty girls. First of all, let's talk about what a man sees when he sees a girl who he might call a thirsty girl. More than likely, her clothes are very fitted and she is deliberately trying to show what she has. What most thirsty girls don't really realize about a real man is that you can put on a burlap sack and he can see what you have. You can put on pajamas and you can put on a robe. He can see what you has. He knows how to look. He knows where to look. So he knows what you're working with. So you really don't have to wear your clothes all stuck to your body to show a brother what kind of body you have. Also, sorry. They know a real butt from a fake one. They know the surgical ones. I mean, I know it's still entertaining. It's still delightful to look at, but a real brother knows the difference. So we identify girls who appear to be thirsty girls as girls who are overly trying to get attention, desperate for attention. And we're going to talk about some of the reasons. We're going to talk about how to help. We're not just going to leave you out there, thirsty girl. We're going to help you. But we do want you to see things from different perspectives. So when a brother sees a sister who is apparently a thirsty girl or needy or needing validation or needing attention, there are certain kind of men out there. They're looking for girls like that. They are seeking out women like that so that they can, you know, use them, get what they want. Hello. They're pretty easy to identify because of the way they look. And sometimes it's not the clothing, but it's the overtones and the innuendos and, you know, those eyes and those offers to help and this constant need for attention. It's subtle sometimes, but sometimes it's just like loud, where women are pushing themselves in the face of men and sometimes women, whatever your flavor, baby. But it is very obvious to some people that chick is kind of needy. So it's a conversation that needs to be had because it's being had all the time. People are talking about it. It's at tables. It's behind closed doors. Some of your cousins are talking about you. Your bestie is running you down behind your back. So let's talk about it. Let's deal with it. And then let's see how we can turn some things around. So, of course, there are reasons, and we're going to talk about the reasons. But before we talk about the reasons, I don't want the reasons to give anybody an out. I don't want the reasons to um, take away what people see. It doesn't remove it. Your reasons don't take away what people see. And that's the truth. Even though you have a good reason for it, most people don't care what the reason is. So when men see women who they consider thirsty girls, they see somebody who's a midnight snack, not a full meal. They want you to be their snack. They want to fool around with you. They want to keep you around for a few moments, but not forever. Let's talk about it. What men see when they see quote unquote thirsty girls. Men see, I told you, a midnight snack, not a full meal. They see somebody who they want for the evening, but not for the ever after. They sometimes as a shared snack. So you need to understand, you thirsty girls probably don't become wifey. Thirsty girls probably don't become the women that they marry. Thirsty girls who are starved for attention and validation usually remain single because men don't keep them. They just use them. And there are certain kinds of men in this world who actually look for women like that. And I know it seems kind of cold. We play a brother down and make him feel real bad because we act like they are turning these women into those thirsty girls. But indeed, they're looking for girls who are already that. And to them, they're doing them a disservice by ignoring them because what they want is attention. So they give them the attention. What they're starving for is some kind of romantic or sexual attention. And so they're giving them exactly what they look like they're asking for. And so they're not creating these kinds of women. They are looking for them because they exist. Again, there are reasons for that, and we didn't get there yet. When men see a women who appear to be thirsty and hungry like that and starve for attention, they usually sh- offer them to other men. They talk about what their experiences were. And I know they say they don't kiss and tell, but you should know by now, you're a grown woman, most of you, you know that's a lie. They are talking, they are communicating, and you wondering why his friend pushing up on you next because he told him, and he's not serious about you. This is a cold, hard truth, but we have to deal with it. Then you also have to consider that older man that's walking by or standing at a bus stop or driving by in his car. He's not entertained by you at all. He's feeling sorry for you. Number one, he's already been there, done that. Number two, he has daughters, he has um, granddaughters, perhaps, and he's praying that they don't have the same problem as you are having, this need for attention. And then it's not just single women, ladies. Sometimes, sadly, it's married women who are still starved for attention. And if you are a husband watching, you need to pay attention. You can be wondering why your wife is all up in men's face all the time and you got to fight and argue, but it's clearly she still needs something. And whatever she needs, either you are unable to give it to her or you are unwilling to give it to her, or you have no idea what it is she needs. So those are the three things we need to check out. We need to figure out, what does she really need? If it's just attention and she's married to you, maybe you need to give her some more attention. Or if it's validation, maybe you need to try to do that. And maybe not. Maybe it's something you cannot do. So that's something we need to delve into and really and deal with it, because it's a stain against the husband when a woman is looking thirsty. I get sexy. Don't get sexy mixed up with thirsty. And I get fitted. If you got the body for it, a body con is not for everybody. But if you got the body con body, then wear the body dress. But there is a certain kind of attire that is can be sexy but not slutty, can be sexy and attractive but not nasty. And so men know the difference, and women do too. So from a man's perspective, thirsty girls are easy catches. Thirsty girls are starving and they'll take anything. Thirsty girls are shareable. Thirsty girls are not keepable. They are the ones you use and then you leave. And some of us who are watching might be a thirsty girl. You starving for attention. You'll do anything to be seen, to be noticed. You cut your stomach off and then add some fat to your behind because you think that's what you need. You bumping up your breasts, you doing all kinds of things. And whatever you need to do to make yourself feel like you need to feel. I'm not hating. This is not me hating. This is me helping in my own way. And I just want you to know that whether you want to see it or not, some people see you from that perspective. And if that's not the way you want to be seen, there are things you can do. There are things you can fix today, tomorrow, in the next 10 seconds. But it starts here, not here. So those are the things we're going to deal with. This is a series. We're going to do it for a few sessions, and we're going to talk about some things. It's only 22 minutes at a time. So I'm just going to stick with the initial the points that I want to stick with. So let's talk about what people see when they see you. So men see what they see. Some men, other men, they don't even see you at all. They look right past you because that's you're not what they're looking for.
I hope you have been enjoying these segments. Listen, if you're married, if you're thinking about getting married, I have a resource for you. When in doubt, go biblical. I've written an ebook called Biblical Marriage, and I want you to have it. The link is in the description. I want you to have this resource. It's called Biblical Marriage, and I promise you it will bless your life.
They are not interested in satisfying your desperate need for attention. Hello, some actually disgusted by it because number one, you think they don't know what you're doing. You think they are just like other people who perhaps, you know, who perhaps need that in their lives and they're not into that. Either they got somebody and they're happy and they're satisfied and you are annoying them, or they're looking for somebody and it ain't you. It ain't that type. It's not a thirsty girl. They're looking for somebody to marry. They're looking for somebody to keep. They're looking for somebody to raise a family with and create a life with. And you are not that because you are too desperate and too thirsty and too needy. And if he sees it, other men see it and he's not interested. So that's very much a real deal. And I'm the person that's praying for single women to get good husbands. I'm the person that meets with women and talks with women and counsels women all the time because I want to see you in a fulfilled relationship. I want to see you happy and I want to see you fulfilled. But I have to tell you the truth. If you look thirsty, you're going to have a problem and you're going to be single longer than you intend to be because you have this need to be seen. And it's everywhere. I'm not just talking about, I mean, in the supermarket, you can't leave your house without makeup. You can't walk to the corner without showing everything you have. You can't go to church and worship unless you are very revealing. And it's not, now I'm going to say it again. Don't think I'm hating on sexy. I'm the one that wrote the song Grown Folk Sexy. I wrote a play, wrote a movie, Grown Folk Sexy. Now, I don't have a problem with being sexy. I know you can be sexy and sanctified. There's nothing wrong with being sexy. It's nasty that I have a problem with. It's nasty that most people have a problem with. And here's the other thing. Sometimes your clothes are just too small. You look fatter. You look bigger when your clothes are too small. We wouldn't even know you had three stomachs if you didn't have on clothes that were so small. Buy something that fits and you'll probably look a little better. This too cold. I'm sorry. This is just me talking. I love y'all. I'm just chilling. But these are and so sometimes you have to come at it just like this. This is the way I am because I know my intention. I know that I have some help lined up in this series for you. I have some real good pointers that's going to help people and people like you. Now, this is not a live session. You're not sitting in front of me. So nobody really knows who I'm talking about. Somebody is thinking about somebody else. They got somebody else in their mind, and you the one I'm talking to. So we want to be real careful and start seeing ourselves from the perspective of other people. You can always tell yourself, I don't care what they think about me. I don't care what they say about me, because you're focused on the ones who you care about. You're focused on the ones whose attention you want. But you got to remember, there's a whole lot of people out here that see you, and they matter. They matter in many ways, because these people are looking for secretaries. They're looking for people to employ. They're looking for people to minister. They're looking for people to serve. They're looking for people to bless. They're looking for people who are in a position, who might need something that they have, and this can be a turnoff to them if you look too hungry and too thirsty and too starved for attention. And in this case, we talk about thirsty because that is commonly referred to by people who need romantic or sexual attention. So there's other forms of attention that people need. They need validation. They need people to know they're smart. They need people to know that they're good enough. They need people to know that they're holy. They need it could go down the line. So this Thirsty Girl series is about people particularly who are starving or in need or desperate for some romantic or sexual attention. And everybody wants to be romantic. Everybody wants to be in love. Everybody wants to have a good sexual relationship, and a good romantic relationship. Is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you're a girl who wants to be married and wants to be a keeper, or be kept, not just taken care of, but someone to love you and grow with you and build a relationship with you, then you will take what I got to say. You might not like it, but if it'll help you, I just want you. I'm not trying to get you to be my best friend. I don't even know you, but I'm trying to get you to another level of life. Low level thinking brings low level reactions, and so we want to make sure that we see ourselves from the perspectives that other people see us. We don't want to be seen as shared snacks. We don't want to be seen as a midnight snack. We don't want to be seen as someone for the evening, but not the ever after. And this is why I'm bringing this series. And then this is only from the men's perspective. And later we're going to come back and we're going to talk about how other women see us. Now, that's the hardest one, because it's easy to say, I don't care what they think. And the truth is, we probably need to care a little bit, not to the point where we are going crazy, but to the point where it makes us better. Everything in life has the potential to make us better. Everything in life has the potential to bring out a good inside of us and a better. Not that it's bad to be thirsty, it just can be better, because sometimes you don't even know that you're doing these things, and these body language and this clothing and these options and this what we're calling style, um, it could be an indication, um, a sign of thirstiness. It could be a sign of neediness. It could be a sign of desperation. And we want to make sure that that is not you. So we're going to continue our series on thirsty girls, particularly. Are there thirsty men? Of course, but I'm not talking about them today. I'm talking about us girls, because somebody has to be able to have the hard conversation. Somebody has to be able to say the things that we're thinking. And somebody has to be able to say it up front and up close instead of behind each other's back. That's just nasty to me. That's just petty to be dragging people out behind their back. And once you get older, you feel like you might be in a position to help people see some of these things and help them. You can't help everybody, and I realize that some people are going to reject everything that I just said. They're going to go off on me. They're going to go off in the comments. They're going to talk about me. I can handle that because it's the ones that I think that I can help that matter the most to me. So we're going to continue our series on Thirsty Girls. Today was Thirsty Girls from a man's perspective, how we are being seen, how we are being perceived. And I told you, we're going to go a little bit further, and we're going to talk about how we see us, how women see us. And then we're going to finalize it with how Jesus sees us, and then how we can get the most help, and how we can become who God has intended for us to be. I hope you'll meet me at the next seat at my table. Bring your girlfriend. There's plenty of seats at my table, and hang out with me. I'll see you on the next show. Bye bye now.